Hello and welcome everyone. Today is Thursday, which means it's vet day at the Wildcat Sanctuary. Hello everyone. You're tuned in to the Scarlet Veterinary Clinic, our on-site veterinary hospital here at the Wildcat Sanctuary. We are a forever home for wildcats in need, and today one of our rescued wildcat residents, one of our hybrid rescues, this is Savannah Coco, who is going to be getting spayed today, as well as kind of having a partial intake exam. I'll talk about that once we get rolling a little bit. But she's been intubated, and they're going to get going on some of the things involved with her exam, and I'm going to check into the comments, see how everyone's doing this morning. Hey, Maria Vaughn, thanks for joining us today. Happy Thursday. Marcy Sanborn's here. Hey, Marcy. Kathy B., good morning to you. Hey, Chizzy. Good morning. Sherry V., good morning to you. Saying hi to the vet crew here. That'd be Angie, our vet tech, Dr. Campbell, and Elise, holding down the fort in our on-site hospital. That is F1 Savannah Coco. And Coco came with her companion, Sine. Coco and Sine were originally surrendered to a sanctuary for the typical reasons that hybrids are surrendered here to the Wildcat Sanctuary. They just weren't suitable for this individual to have in a home environment. So they surrendered Coco and Sine to a sanctuary that didn't even specialize in cats, let alone hybrid cats. This sanctuary reached out to us in 2022. We said yes to Coco and Sine. But unfortunately, and as you guys are aware, we were continue to be inundated with hybrid calls. And so our hybrid program filled up so much that we even had a waiting list. So Sine and Coco were put on that waiting list. And we wanted to follow through with our original commitment to Sine and Coco. And in 2023, this summer, we were finally able to get them here to TWS, where they now have a forever home. Under your support, experiencing compassionate care like you're seeing on this live post today, and fortunate that Coco and Sine have a kind of happily ever after, if you will. And glad that Miss Sine, or Miss Coco rather, I'll admit that the two C names, I've been flip-flopping them even when I'm going and spending time with them. But anyways, I'll talk a little bit about Coco here, in that she kind of had a partial vet record. So typically when we get new rescues, we'll do an intake exam where we're going to do blood work, make sure they're up to date on vaccines, so on and so forth. And so we're still doing exactly that today, but just kind of filling in the gaps of maybe updating some vaccines, giving her some tests that she didn't already have, and so on and so forth. And then, of course, going in and taking the opportunity to get her spayed as well. Obviously, we don't want to have any breeding happening here at the Wildcat Sanctuary, as we're an accredited rescue facility, but also spaying a cat like Miss Coco here, and I'm sure you as cat lovers too know that spaying is a great preventative way to cut down on some future health issues for your cats, things like pyometra, certain types of cancers, things of that nature. I'm going to get into the comments here, see how the folks are doing. Coco is so beautiful, commenting. Mike, you're right about that. Bridget Thompson's asking, does Coco still have all of her claws? I see her back set. Good to see. Coco does have all 4 sets of claws. It's always tragic when we see cats that have been declawed, and it's hard to imagine that obviously we see hybrids that are declawed. We've even had cats all the way up to big cats, tigers, that have been declawed. Looks like Daria's glad to see Coco and Sine again. And all is well. Coco and Sine are right out in a bungalow, the first bungalow right behind Benji and Sophia. And those two have been doing well. Sine is, as you guys probably saw and remember from when we introduced that big guy, Sine is quite social, and so much social to the sense of, or to the level of he will get himself overstimulated. So right now, Sine and Coco are designated caretaker and lead intern only, and that's because Mr. Coco, he likes getting himself tuned up, and or Sine rather, I'll go flip-flopping again. But all is well for both of those two, and Coco and Sine really kind of balancing themselves out. I think they truly have kind of that yin and yang personality. Coco, like I just described, quite a bit more extroverted than his other half, or Sine rather, is much more extroverted than his other half, Coco here. And I'm not going to hang out for too long, obviously. We're going to be doing the spay surgery once we get some of these, some of the intake exam objectives out of the way. And certainly when there's a spay surgery, they're going to need as sterile as an environment as possible. You can see everybody's scrubbed up. They'll be putting on their booties, so on and so forth. You can see all the monitoring equipment that's attached to Miss Sine here. Monitoring her respiratory rate, monitoring her heart rate. She's getting some updated vaccines. And if anybody is sponsoring Miss Coco, I want to thank them for taking little Coco under your wing. It's things like sponsorship that help us give the prime level of vet care that we afford all of our rescues here, and for Coco to have kind of those angels from afar looking out for her and supporting her not only emotionally but also financially. We're thankful for that. So thank you anyone who's taken little Coco under her wing. And maybe if anyone's giving stars or giving a gift on their post, thank you too for doing that and helping defraying some of the costs of an intake exam like this, and spay surgery for that matter. Coco and Sine are supposedly siblings. The color profile of each cat is definitely different. Coco being a lot darker, kind of a salt and pepper color that I like calling it. Coco looks a lot like Ledger, F1 Savannah Ledger, was with Ty, Merlin, and Lady. And Sine, speaking of Lady, I think looks a lot like Lady. Much more kind of lighter color, still those vibrant spot patterns. You can see Angie just shaving her arm. They're going to be drawing some blood. I'll get into the comments here. Always love to see our followers having fun without me in the comments. Naomi Gerhard's here. Hey, Naomi. Amanda Copeland talking about how your cat at home did well with her spay. Not a lot of licking or wasn't irritated by her surgery site. That's good to hear. And obviously here at the Wildcat Sanctuary, we want to take those precautions too to ensure a safe and happy recovery, or safe and healthy recovery rather. So Miss Coco will be kind of observing some special limitations while we make sure that that surgery site and those sutures are going to heal, and she's not going to be bothering it. Looking at a few more comments here. Someone asking, what is wrong? All is well, all is well. We're just having a routine intake exam for F1 Savannah Coco, as well as she's having her spay today. And Coco is getting spayed for two reasons. Obviously, as an accredited sanctuary, we don't want to be breeding any of our Wildcat rescues to only live a life in captivity. And then also, too, I'm sure you guys have learned after following us for a little bit of time, is that we're all about proactive care and proactive veterinary care. And spaying a cat like Coco is going to cut down on the risk of certain types of cancers later in life. It's going to make sure she's not going to be in danger of what's called pyometra, an infection in her uterus. So you guys know the drill. We're always looking out for our cats, and definitely understand kind of the knee-jerk reaction. And when you come into a live post, you see a cat on the table, you might be a little worried. But nothing but some good old proactive care here at the Wildcat Sanctuary. Hey, Maria P., thanks for joining us today. Let's see what else is happening here in the comments. I'm obviously not going to go in there, but Mr. Fargo is hanging out in his 4x4 crate, his quarantine crate, where if that sheet wasn't there, I can almost guarantee you that big guy is probably sitting right up on his catio. And you can see Fargo's got all of his designated stuff, since he is in formal quarantine, his designated linens, his designated tongs, his designated scooper, all that jazz. Making sure that he's going to be suited up and ready to fully commence his Wild at Heart life after his formal quarantine period. Today is Thursday, everyone, so obviously it's, Thursday typically marks Vet Day, but it also marks Tammy's Wildcat Wrap-Up. So at 1 p.m. today, Tammy's going to be going live, giving you kind of the what's what, the 411 on Wildcat Sanctuary happenings. I love those Wildcat Wrap-Ups. Even for me, they're incredibly informative and help kind of flesh out what the directions we're heading as a sanctuary, the directions that the industry is heading, and of course how your support is playing a major role in that. So Tammy's Wildcat Wrap-Up happening at 1 p.m. today. Another thing that's happening today, I mentioned yesterday, I should have been, again, beating the drum on this a little bit earlier this week, but we, the Wildcat Sanctuary, are going to be at the Minnesota Cat Film Festival. Tonight, Olivia and Stephanie, one of our media interns, is going to be manning one of the booths. They're going to be at a booth right on the field of CHS Field in downtown St. Paul. And we're going to be obviously at the booth talking all things Wildcat Sanctuary, and then hopefully sitting down with potentially some supporters and watching some really cute cat videos that are going to be played up on the big screen, of course, including some TWS cat videos. So that is tonight. Olivia will be doing a live post from the fest as well, so you guys can tune in virtually and get your licks in there. But all in all, we have ourselves a Thursday here at the Wildcat Sanctuary. And one other thing I'll mention is that it is hot. It is going to be hot today. We're kind of hitting our high for the week. So it's cool to hear that Huddle Caretaker is really just making sure that we're going to be keeping our cats cool and safe over the next 24 hours, as it's going to be hot, hot, hot. And you guys already know that we're armed to the teeth to keep the cats cool and safe. Tracy F. asking, is our official mascot making an appearance at the event? That would be Terry the Tiger, and whispers abound of Terry the Tiger making an appearance at the Cat Film Festival. Admittedly, right as I talk about the heat, I'm not jealous of Terry the Tiger having to be in that suit at the Cat Film Festival. Cool. Glad to see people getting excited about the Cat Film Fest. And I think, everyone, that's kind of the most I wanted to cover today on the live post. I'm happy that we all got to check in and see Miss Coco kind of turn another chapter in her Wild at Heart journey, getting ready to turn her over and commence their spay surgery. And obviously, we want to keep it as sterile an environment as possible. That means Judson's going to be getting out of Dodge. But stay tuned today at 1 p.m. Tammy will be doing her Wildcat Wrap-Up live here on Facebook. It's always worth mentioning that you can find the Wildcat Wrap-Ups in every single Facebook live post on YouTube as well. That's watchwildcats.com. So we will see you 1 p.m. later today, and we'll see you later this evening at the Minnesota Cat Film Festival as well. Thanks, everyone, for watching.